It's going. Just a picture isn't full.
Keep pitching it to the.
Erev Tov, everyone. The main feature of this week's parsha, naturally, is the reunion of Yosef and his brothers and Yaakov's descent into Mitzrayim, the beginning of the exile of Mitzrayim. Yosef is always called Yosef HaTzadik, a term that is not loosely used by Chazal. And the Gemara, I think we find the Gemara says there's been Yomin HaTzadik that mentions, but it's not loosely given. How is it defined? What makes one a tzaddik? So the simple explanation that we always had here, at least regarding Yosef, is that Yosef is the tzaddik because he resisted the advances of the wife of Potiphar, and he was able to withstand his, his own desires and what he was almost ready to do, and he resisted to the end, even though it caused him greatly negative consequences, and he knew it would cause him problems. He knew that she would be vindictive about it. So therefore he was a tzaddik because he did not sin with the wife of Potiphar. So that somehow colors our idea about a tzaddik. We think a tzaddik is somebody that does things positive. He's generous, he's noble, he's exemplary, he has leadership qualities. And here, this is a very bland tzaddik. He didn't sin. There are lots of people that don't sin. Maybe not to the temptation that existed by Yosef, but in everyday life, everybody is tempted to do something. You're tempted to steal. You're tempted to shortchange your customer. You're tempted to sell him old goods. And you don't do it. So do we say you're a tzaddik? We say, no, that's the way it's supposed to be. I always use the example of when my wife and I first made Aliyah, we bought carpeting here from a store in Yerushalayim. We were very satisfied with it. So the next year we came back, we wanted to carpet another room, so we went to the same store to purchase carpeting for the next bedroom. And we walked in the door, the man jumped up. He said, "Oh, Rabbi Wein, I'm waiting for you. Ani mechake lecha kol hashana, ifo hayita." I said, "What? So, what happened?" He said, "I overcharged you 50 shekel." And he said, "I have the 50 shekel here." He had it with a rubber band in his pocket, marked for Wein, and he's waiting for me. So is that a tzaddik? Maybe. But really, that's only the way it's supposed to be. It's not, you're not supposed to cheat somebody. So what makes Yosef a tzaddik? So the later commentators who were troubled by this took on a different tack. And they said, we see Yosef to be the tzaddik in the way he attempts to reconcile himself with his brothers. He never says to the brothers, I was right and you were wrong. My dreams were correct. Your persecution of me was incorrect. Never says that word to them. The only thing that he says to them is, my father is still alive? You mean the old man survived this? But he never really reprimanded the brothers. And we'll see in next week's Parsha that after Yaakov dies, and there's somehow a change in the relationship that is felt by the brothers from Yosef, so they come to him to try and, so to speak, smooth out the matter. And Yosef said, chas v'chalila, that I would do anything. Yosef has a great ego because otherwise he couldn't be Yosef. Those will not be the dreams of someone that has a small ego. Yet, when it came to his brothers, he's able to subsume it. He's able to put it away. I mean, the worst situations is when someone says, I told you so. That's the greatest insult that you can receive, because that cuts to the heart of the matter. Yosef doesn't do that. Yosef is magnanimous to them. Yosef ignores, so to speak, what happened in the past. He doesn't raise it. It's the elephant in the room. Everybody realizes what's involved, but Yosef never says it. Yaakov, in the brachos that he will give in Parshas Vayechi, Yaakov will raise it. He will say to Yehuda, Meterev b'ni Elisa. He'll say Shimon and Levi were wrong. He'll say Reuven was deficient. But Yosef doesn't say a word. Yosef doesn't accuse them of anything. And because of that, therefore, that is a positive act of tzidkus. That's a positive act of nobility. Because Yosef is right and they are wrong. The events have proven that to be the case. Heaven, so to speak, votes for Yosef. So he could rightly say to them, why didn't you believe me? Why did you think I was a threat to you? Doesn't say a word. And therefore, he was accorded the title of being a tzaddik. Not because of what he refrained from doing with the wife of Potiphar, but because of how he was able to control himself. So the word tzedek, tzaddik, always means self-control. The ability to somehow see a bigger picture than you yourself are. Most people are not capable of that. Most people are central to their own experiences and their own ideas. But a tzaddik sees a bigger picture. And therefore, the Torah says, tzedek, tzedek, tirdov. You should pursue righteousness to be a tzaddik. The Torah makes it tirdov. You have to keep on pursuing it. You never, it's like the mechanical rabbit. You never catch up to it. It's an eternal pursuit. Because built in within us are forces that negate our righteousness. And unless every day, Chazal say, B'chol yom v'yom yetzer hara gover alav. Every day the yetzer hara wins over us. Yilmolei HaKadosh Baruch Hu ezroso. If it would not be for the fact that God helps us, that we're able to overcome it, we wouldn't be able to withstand it. So it's an eternal pursuit. And to remind us of that, therefore, the Jewish people gave to Yosef a title, Yosef HaTzadik, to remind us of the fact that we're always obligated to pursue tzedek, to pursue righteousness, even at what appears to be the cost of our own ego. Rabbi Chananya ben Akash Omer Rotza HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'zakos es Yisrael L'ficha chirba lahem Torah and mitzvos Shenemar Adonai Chavei Siman Tzidko Yavdil